This video is for those of you who feel like you've tried everything. You've watched all the tips, you practice consistently. Some of you might have even taken voice lessons already. But despite all this work, you still look at other singers and wonder, why does it seem so simple for them? And most importantly, why is it so hard for you to learn how to sing? So today I want to share with you why this is the case based off my personal experience and also based off me coaching students from all around the world over Zoom. Because I think this can help you understand how you got here and most importantly, the way out. So let's dive in. Here is my guess. Most people, including yourself, can actually learn how to develop a good sounding voice, a voice that just actually sounds really good. However, the reason why it feels so hard for you or so elusive to you isn't because you weren't born with a special voice or maybe there's something wrong with the genetics. It isn't about that. Realize that singing is really just a bunch of muscles and habits, and it's about learning to engage them correctly. What I think is happening is for some of us, our vocal technique, or really our ability to engage these muscles correctly and precisely, we're so far away from this that it's like trying to aim for a target that you can't even see. Now, to illustrate this point, let's kind of break down the general population into three simple groups. We've got the natural singers, we've got the average kind of singers, and then we've also got the harder cases. Now, of course, in reality, it's probably more of a spectrum from, people who are more talented to some of the harder cases. So I don't want you to get all weird and be like, hey, Ivan called me average or he called me a harder case, because that's not really the point I'm trying to make here. Rather, this is just simply to help you understand how you got to the place that you are at now so that you can figure out the way out. So let's start here with the natural singers, the one that was secretly, envy. I think we all recognize them. They're the ones who just open their mouth and they just seem to have it. They could just seem to sing and it just worked, right? Now let's do a little bit of a thought experiment and let's rewind the time. What happens if we could rewind the time back to their earliest day? Because surely even with some of these natural singers, there was a point in time when they weren't as good. And I think this is going to be key to helping us understand what separates them. For me, this thought experiment reveals to me, I feel like natural singers are the ones who maybe when they try to sing for the very first time, or maybe not even sing, just try to make a sound or hit a note right, they manage to use the correct muscles or the correct coordinations, even though it might have been clumsy. And that's why often when you look at some of the younger videos of these really talented singers, often they're not really doing anything crazy fancy, but they can generally hit the right notes and they can do it without, straining the heck out of their voice. Now, what happens over time is if they get the right encouragement from the people around them or the world, and they spend the time to refine this. Over the years, this is how they get to the place that they're at now. Now, how do you know if you're a natural singer? Well, first of all, you're probably not going to be watching these educational tutorials, but if you are, generally singing is going to feel easier for you. You're basically able to go through most of your range and it feels pretty easy. And at the same time, you can make it sound pretty good. You might have even got a lot of compliments, from people around you, or you notice when you sing around other people, you generally just sound better. So now let's move on to the next group of singers, the average or the majority. Once again, if we run this thought experiment, the average majority are simply maybe those who didn't latch onto the correct muscles, or maybe they did, but they didn't pursue or they didn't keep playing around with these coordinations. Perhaps singing just wasn't really part of their upbringing. And so over time, nothing really changes. Nothing gets better and nothing necessarily gets worse. Now, the good things about singers in this kind of average majority kind of category is whilst you might not necessarily sound good, you also don't really have a lot of bad habits that are getting in the way. So this can definitely be used in your advantage. Now, how do you know if you sit in this category? From what I've seen with my students, generally it's a mix of these two things. Singing generally wouldn't feel crazy effortful, won't feel like you're kind of lifting weights or like you're really, really having to work for those notes. But at the same time, you might not have the control that you'd like. Maybe a bit pitchy, or maybe you don't have the dynamics or the power that you want. Now, what about the final group? Right, the final group is what we consider hard cases. This is for those of us who didn't really latch onto the correct muscles in our early kind of years, or maybe the first couple of tries when we tried to sing. And not only that, but over years, we actually reinforce these coordinations again and again and again, because maybe we thought it was right until really tension, grip, strain became all that we knew. Now, how do I know this? I'm an example of a harder case myself, and to kind of highlight and illustrate what this means, right? Early in my journey, when I tried to sing as a teen, I would feel like no matter the exercises that I did, no matter how much work I put in, and to some degree, no matter how many voice lessons I took, I still felt like there was something, just sounded fundamentally wrong with my voice. Even someone who had never taken singing lessons would often sound better than me. And it just made singing feel so elusive to me. It was like, how on earth does this even work? Now, some other cues to know if you're a bit of a harder case is singing just feels extremely, extremely effortful, and it always just feels like you hit this wall again and again and again. Now, once again, I share these 3 scenarios not to put anyone down or put anyone up. It's not about giving yourself another label and being like, Ivan called me average, he called me a hard case, and then give up. Rather, the reason why I share this is knowledge is power and awareness is power. And for me personally, knowing why I was at the place I was and why I was so stuck and understanding what was fundamentally going wrong, for me, actually empowered me because it made me realize what exactly was the problem. And also, most importantly, how can I get my way out of it? And this is what we're going to be talking about in this next section. So let's run through these 3 groups again, and I'll share with you what you should generally be focusing on if you want to improve. Now, let's just start off with the natural singers. Most of what you're doing is going to be generally correct. But if you want to improve, you can focus on taking the coordinations further, with higher notes or maybe more belts or maybe more runs and doing all these crazy kind of things, right? Or we can focus on refining the coordinations even further so that they're more efficient. Now, a teacher can still help you improve and brush up on some of your weaker areas or try to accentuate some of your strengths, but often it's building from a foundation that you've already got. Now, let's talk about the average majority. As we said, generally your singing won't feel crazy effortful or labored, so you don't really have a lot of bad habits, but you also don't really have a lot of control around your voice. So the big move here is learning how to engage and latch onto those correct muscles and understand what that feels like, first of all, and then building them as habits in scales and then eventually songs. This is where work with a teacher can really, really help because it can make the whole process a lot more streamlined and a lot more simple. Now let's talk about the harder cases here. So the first thing to understand is there's probably something that is fundamentally wrong with how you're approaching singing. So before you can even figure out how it is to engage the right muscles, a lot of the work here is often going to be about unlearning, certain tensions, certain grips. Now, at times, this can feel like relearning how to sing, and it can be incredibly frustrating. So if you really want to see this through, just know that it's going to take a lot of awareness and also a lot of grit. It's often the reason why a lot of harder cases will just give up, right? Because it does take a lot of patience and often we would write it off as, maybe we just weren't never meant to sing. Now, if you do feel like you are a harder case, or even if you feel like you're in the average majority, but you want to see this through and you want to improve your voice, I highly recommend booking in a trial lesson with me. And the reason why is your journey is probably going to be a bit harder than, say, someone who was a bit naturally gifted, but it's still absolutely possible for you to improve your singing. You just need to have the right guidance and you need to have someone who can kind of lay down the roadmap step by step. Once again, if you're interested in that, just click on the links down in the description and I look forward to working with you. Now, if you don't have the resources for a teacher at the moment, I still recommend you focus on these 2 things. The first thing here is just understand, what does it feel like to just change pitch only? How to go up and down my range without having to feel like I have to add more volume, have to get softer, without feeling like I have to open my mouth more or close my mouth more, just changing pitch, because that's going to allow you to engage more of the correct musculature. The second idea here is precision and small movements are going to be key. I find for, harder cases or even maybe average majority kind of singers, our vocal folds are just way too clumsy, right? And so really the key here is getting them to work with a little bit more precision. Now, if you're interested in seeing this in action, I do have some examples of me guiding students through this process. And you can find this on episode 219 and 220. Anyway, if you found this episode useful, please, leave a like, comment, or just, sharing this episode with a friend or family. Really, word of mouth really helps this channel grow. Apart from that, my name is Ivan. I'm your voice teacher. If you're interested in working with me, links are down in the description. Apart from that, take care.